What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again with another Will of Shinobi showcase video, and this time, guys, we're going to be talking about how to properly power up and all the different ways to do it and how to unlock Sasuke and Sakura. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about the hero page here. So the ways to unlock heroes, guys, is two different ways. For Sasuke, you have to actually unlock it through the storyline, and for Sakura, you got to log in for 4 days. But there's also different ways to get power, and that's what I want to really cover right now with you guys. So ranking up is important. Magatama is also important. Now, these things you can actually get through an event, and then you actually use them to level them up. There are different types and different rankings of these. So once you hit a certain point, you have to upgrade by using upgrade materials, like as you see here. But those are very important to power up. So make sure you guys are doing the events when you unlock them to get it going. Now, another way to do it is by having different outfits that you can unlock. So as you see here, this one has stats, this one has stats, and the regular one does not. Now this is how you get them. There's through events and PvP, and there's ways to buy them as well too. So that's a great way to actually get yourself a lot of power for your hero. And then of course then there's the gallery. I covered this already. Every time you unlock a character or you upgrade a character or you tier them up, you have to go in here pretty much and upgrade them again in order to get more power. You see the total stats right there, the HP and damage. That's what goes up every time. So make sure, guys, whenever you're doing a summon, or if every time you start up or tiered up another character, you have to go in here and make sure that you do it. Remember, this is a red dot game, so every time you see a red dot, you ideally want to click on it, and you want to make sure that you follow the path that it provides you, because that's the purpose of the game, and that's what has thousands of menus, right? So again, make sure that you're doing that, make sure that you're getting your rank up, and keep in mind the hero itself will level up. Now, partners are probably the most important part of this game. These are characters that will follow you and that will do damage, and they have their own special. So make sure that you put in, and that follow button right there, guys, just has the character follow you around the town, nothing else, has no other purpose besides that, okay? So make sure that when you tier them up, you do the same thing, go into the gallery. Tiering up will actually make them more powerful, so that's important as well. Of course, make sure you upgrade them. They actually do require experience points, unlike you. Make sure you get these up as well, the Heart of Thunder, Fire, and Wind. All of them can be done through raid, so whenever you finish a stage, just go in there, do a 10 times raid or a 1-time raid, collect the mats. You can click the item, and that's the easiest way to find out where they're dropped, okay? So raiding is very important, guys. It does take up a lot of your stamina, so keep that in mind, and elite missions can only be done a certain amount of times before you have to reset them using your gold coin. So keep that in mind. Also, ranking up your partner's moves just like yours will also boost power. And there you go. There's different ways you can do it. There's different modes right there to unlock specific items. So as you play the game, guys, you will have different ways of opening these things up. Your level for your account, just like tribes, does matter quite a bit. And then of course you're enhancing here, so make sure you're also enhancing. And same scenario, guys, the more you play, the more you'll unlock. A lot of these are going to be available through the missions, but most of them will be done through events, okay? And then there's the feathers. Now this here is when you have two of the characters that have some sort of affiliation to one another. Like for example here, Hidan has Asuma has an affiliation to Hidan. If you actually click on upgrade, it gives them additional stats for those two characters if they're in the same party. They have to be in the same party, so they need to be in the lineup. If you don't have them in the lineup, you don't get the bonus. So here's a couple other ones. As you can see here, I activated them, but there was no power boost to my power. But if I put them together in the same team, that power boost will actually take into effect, and you can actually see the difference. So make sure you're activating these guys, and as you're going through your partners, make sure you look at this item, this option here, to see who actually works well together. Sometimes just having higher tier ranks is not the best way to go. Sometimes putting characters together that have those affiliations will make a big difference, okay? So make sure you do your friends thing here and claim everything. Max out your friends, guys. Keep a lookout on the friends list, especially to see who's active and not active, all right? And then we're going to jump into here and show you guys how to unlock Sasuke. So there you go. You can see Sasuke's portrait on the left here. You need to finish the Shikuku's Comeback 4, which you need to actually be level 30. So keep that in mind. Before you can even do it, guys, level 30 has to be unlocked, okay? So there's the power scale right there. It shows recommended power plus the level you have to be. So make sure you're actually hitting that power level. If you're below, like a little bit in the red, it's not that bad. But the moment you start going too below, your chances are you're not going to win this. This game is very accurate on its power scaling for a reason, because it wants you to, when you get into the red, to spend a little bit of money to power yourself up. Okay, so we're going to do some battles here. As you can see here now, I've unlocked the third. So I've got Hidan, I got Asuma, and I have A in the same team. Now Hidan and Asuma have that feathers, or affiliation as I like to call them, so they have the extra bonus added damage and crit. So Remember, you guys can press their portrait and you can do their specials. On auto, guys, it doesn't do any moves for you, so you have to make sure you do the moves for yourself. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. Just a couple things you need to know. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So as you can see here, we're doing quite a bit of damage. Now Naruto compared to Sasuke, I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. Naruto's a control character, right? So there's 3 types of characters in this game. There's control, there is support, which is Sakura with her healing and her buffing, and then there is attack, which is someone who's pure nuke essentially. So Sasuke is an attack character, Naruto is a support character. Now Naruto's main thing is damage plus controlling the battle with stuns, and also creating his shadow clones in order to do 50% of his damage. So Naruto's actually a really good character, so if you don't want to use Sasuke, you don't have to. The thing a lot of people won't know is when you decide to, when you actually unlock a character, you have to also go in and actually put that character back in your lineup. So there's a lineup button that I'll show you eventually. You'll actually have to go in there and do that, okay? So we're actually going to go ahead and fast forward this, guys, a little bit, because I'm going to show you guys how to unlock Sasuke, and we'll get to that first. So make sure, level 30, minimum power level, and make sure you go through your galleries and everything, and your partners, and all that stuff, and get that power up. Those are the only ways to really get power, guys. Outside of that, equipment, of course, is huge. So make sure equipment is something that you focus on. Make sure you level up your equipment, and make sure you recycle all of your green and blues if you don't need them anymore, because that will make all the difference in the world. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fast forward this a bit, and we'll get to the point where we unlock Sasuke. Alright, guys, so here we are, finished it up. There you go, you get the 10, 10, and 20, which you need 40 to unlock a rare, right? So we've unlocked the hero now. We're actually going to go ahead and jump into the town and open it up and actually unlock Sasuke. And then remember, you have to put him in the lineup. If you don't, he just sits there. He adds to your power, of course, because it's a total power ranking. But keep in mind, you do need to add him to the lineup. All right, so here, let's go ahead and do this. As you can see here now, you can. I can't start up, actually. I don't know why I'm clicking on that. Give me a sec here. Let's get out of this. Click on Sasuke instead. There we are. And then fuse. Okay, so there you go. He starts off with a very minimal power. Your total power ranking goes up. There's all of his moves. You can check them on the far right there, and we can review those later. But then, of course, you need to rank him up, and then make sure that you add in Magatama if you plan to main him. Okay, so let's just get him up as far as we can. All right, let's keep going. There you go. See, my power is going up very slightly, and the thing is, guys, keep in mind, like for your moves, like your actual jutsus and stuff, you can't choose the one you want to level. After you finish leveling one, it'll go to the next one, and you go one at a time. So it's not random. It's not an option that you have. You have to make sure you go and finish one up, and then it'll move on to the next one for you. Okay, so we're gonna take the one off of Naruto, put it onto Sasuke. There we go. And then, of course, he has the other outfit here, and I don't have it, so we're going to stick to this, so the stats won't change there. And then Sakura, guys, you actually get her after the 4th day of logging in, so she'll be available to me tomorrow personally. If you've already played for 4 days, you know she's available to you. If you haven't played if you haven't played for 4 days, just hold tight, and that'll happen. So let me just quickly power this up here, and then we're actually going to go ahead and skip and actually do some battles with Sasuke. So I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're back here again. So there you go, there's my lineup. I've got Sasuke in there. Let's actually see how well he does in this battle. So I'll kind of go over his moves, kind of explain to you what he does and what he's all about, so you guys can kind of see his jutsus and stuff. Now keep in mind, guys, I don't have volume on this game due to copyright issues. This game does use the music and stuff that they're not allowed to use. But yeah, so if you look on top on Dosu's status bar right underneath his health, you can kind of see what he does. So Sasuke has a very, very quick burn jutsu, which is incredible. Burn in this game is actually really, really, really good. It's one of the best things you can do because it actually can kill opponents, and it does a lot of ticking damage. So his is really fast. He does a shuriken that sits in one place and does an AoE essentially. So you just get to the opponent, press it, and it actually just starts spinning there for you. And you guys can see it kind of coming up soon. And then he has Chidori as well too, which does actually a ton of damage. So he is what's considered a pure nuke, guys. There's the shuriken right there. So he's going to be hitting a lot harder than Naruto, but the only thing he lacks is a better stun, or maybe even a stun altogether actually, but he does do a lot more damage. So for PvP, I feel like he's going to be a lot better. In PvE, he's going to clear content quicker, where he kind of lacks his survivability. So for PvP, in terms of the 5-on-5 content, I feel like he might not do quite as well. But overall, though, keep in mind, guys, if you plan to use Sasuke, he only does go up to S rank at the moment. He doesn't have his 6th path yet, like Naruto does. So, I mean, at the same time, no one's really at the point. I mean, there are a few players who are pay to win who have got to that point and can say which one's better. But at the moment, after looking at all of their jutsus in terms of power, I feel like Sasuke is going to be hitting harder even as an S rank just because of what he offers, okay? So here you go. You guys can see the kind of moves I'm doing fighting Tamari here right now. Konkuro's dead. And remember, guys, keep focusing on the ads first and then focus on the boss. And when you do that, you'll have to get off auto or switch. You at least have to move the character for you and go and kill the ad first. But you see here, Sasuke's doing a ton of damage. He does a lot of damage, and all the buffs there and debuffs that I'm causing with my there Asuma just died is actually pretty good, because he fits really well with Hidan with the bleed. And he also, you don't really need to paralyze if you have A, because A does paralyze with his special, and then Asuma, I believe, buffs as well and does quite a bit of damage, and maybe a bleed as well too, actually. So your burn will stack with those and works really well. So keep that in mind. So there we go, doing pretty good damage here. Gonna try to get this out of the way. There we are. So overall, guys, I actually enjoy Sasuke quite a bit. I would highly recommend, if you get him, try him out. Most of you guys will want to main him, I know that, even though Naruto probably is the better of the two characters. And then I'll be testing Sakura out tomorrow, but I did talk about how to unlock her. You just need to make sure you hit the 4 days, and she's open to you guys. So if you're looking for a support character that can heal, that can stay alive the longest, she's going to be your best bet. She's going to be great for like raids and stuff, of course, where you need to partner with other people, and there will be that as well too. And there already is like where you can fight Gaara with 2 others. So if a lot of people are bringing in nukes and you guys are having trouble beating content, Sakura will be the better choice. Okay, so make sure you guys watch who you play with. Add your friends to this. If you guys are playing with friends, make sure you play with them, because it's an easy way for you guys to coordinate the team and know who wants to use a support character, control character, and who wants to use an actual attack character. Alright guys, this is Payne. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I mean, if you haven't tried it, give it a try. Remember, it's only out for Google Play, Android, and BlueStacks. So if you don't have any of those, you won't be able to play it. Also, it will be available to iOS most likely eventually. The last time the dev brought a game out like this, it took about, I think, 3 months or 4 months after. Alright guys, have a good one. Take care.